What's going on, guys? Will Morris here, bringing you guys a brand new episode of Redskins Station, the best station for Redskins Nation. Now, obviously, today we're going to be talking about the 2020 Redskins schedule. Now, we all know this is tentative to change because we don't know what's going to be going on with COVID-19 by that time in July, September, August, that whole area. We do know the NFL is going to be allowing teams to have limited reopenings of their facilities by May 15th. Which is a great head in the right direction. I think everything's going to start opening up slowly, and then our new normal is going to start setting into place. So, we got to take every game and every week with a grain of salt. We might not have preseason, so I'm not even going to talk about preseason. We might not have training camp, which would really be a bummer. But, so let's hop right into it. Week 1, September 13th, is against the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Now, when we play Philadelphia Eagles, it's always a coin toss. We either play really good or we'll play really bad. Or like last year, when we played great the first half, that team leaves on a bus. Another team comes in and plays the second half, and we lose it. And I'm a big Josh Norman fan, but he lost us the second game when he blew that coverage against Hines Ward. What you gonna do? That season was a dumpster for us. But you know how the fans are going to be, so we might not have the Philly fan takeover. I hate Philly fans. But you never know, so I'm not in the majority here, but I'm going to take a win. I think the Rivera season's going to start really good. I think you'll come out fighting with the win, because we don't know what either team's going to look like. You don't know what effect COVID's going to have on either of the teams, so we don't know. So I'm going to say we're going to start 1-0. You know, everything's crazy this year. Let's go even crazier. We're going to start off a season with a win. I've only witnessed one of those. That's a Redskins fan, and that was a good day. That was a very good day against the Cardinals. Speaking of Cardinals, Week 2 is at Arizona against the Cardinals. Now, Kyler Murray showed that he can be a very strong-willed quarterback. He can move around in the pocket and get away. So he can kind of be like a poor man's Lamar Jackson this season. And I think that offense is going to be very strong, very, very fast. You know, they got DeAndre Hopkins now. So it's going to be a very strong offense, but I don't see it there in the defense. They got Chandler Jones and Patrick Peterson, but I just don't see it being like a humongous, great producing team. So, again, I'm going to not take the majority, and I'm going to go win for Week 2. We're starting 2-0. You're probably disliking this video because I'm crazy. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Week 3 is at home versus... it's in Cleveland. In Cleveland. This is really a toss-up. The Cleveland is with their first-year new head coach, Kevin Stefanski. Of course, as of right now, they still have Odell, they got Jarvis, they got Baker, they picked up Kareem Hunt's option, and who's the other guy? Nick Chubb, and David Njoku, and Austin Hooper. That is a crazy amount of talent on the offense. But will it be used properly? Because obviously last season it wasn't. Defense is iffy there, so I'm going to take a win. We're starting 3-0 in this season. Starting off strong. But I think we can take the Cleveland with their new coach, Kevin Stefanski. I think we'll be alright. Week 4, at home versus Baltimore. This was not going to be so pretty. The Ravens were a strong team, just a couple wins away from a Super Bowl. And I think they fixed those pieces that they needed. They got Calais Campbell. They got J.K. Dobbins. They just fine-tuned up that offense and defense a little bit. That team's going to be more trouble than they were this season, so I see us losing that game, and it won't be a close loss. It will be a very disgusting, very unpretty loss. Next is at home versus the LA Rams. Sean McVay is coming back to FedEx Field to play his old Redskins. What I think about this game? If both teams from last year resemble each other, It's going to be a very strong defensive game versus offense that has a lot of talent but not clicking. And that was obvious with the Rams last season, and the Redskins obviously, because Dwayne Haskins was thrown into a dumpster fire. It's like, all right, this is the worst case scenario for a rookie quarterback to be thrown into. Here you go. I think he's in a good situation now. It's a new playbook. I think he has plenty of time. He's working out every single day. So I think you can't be nothing but excited for his development this season. And I think I want to make a video talking about Dwayne Haskins and kind of talking about how I feel about him, because there's a lot of people that have different opinions on him. So I'm going to give mine. But I see us taking a win against the Rams at home. I don't see why that's not plausible. We're starting 4-1. I'm crazy. We just went 3-13 this last season. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Because I'm not done. Then we have the Giants at New York. Giants is always a coin toss. We'll either beat the brakes off of them, or they just flat out embarrass us. Now we're going to be playing at New York here. Landon Collins get another shot at his old team. We're going to lose. We're going to lose that game, I think. I have a feeling we're going to lose the game at New York. And I think it'll be a close loss, but I see the Giants pulling away at the very end, because they also had their new year head coach, Joe Judge. Don't know how he's going to look. I'm not Daniel Jones surprised, but I think he's not really going to improve that much. I think it was just kind of a shock to everybody's system how he played. I don't think he's going to reflect that quite as much this season, but you never know. I think having Eli there in his ear the whole season helped a lot more than what people give credit for. So I'm still going to take a loss that week. Next is at home versus the Dallas Cowboys. Oh boy. With their new coach, Mike McCarthy. Now, I would love to come here and say we got the win. No problem. Cowboys and Redskins, the Cowboys can be having an absolutely horrible season. We can be having a great season. But when it comes to the Dallas versus Redskins games, we get the brakes beaten off of us every single time. Almost. And history's going to repeat itself. We're going to lose at home versus the Cowboys. You know, it is what it is. You have to accept it as a Redskins fan. It's like, you love beating the Cowboys. It's the best feeling in the world. Although the Eagles, because of their irritating fan base and just irritation of them total, is starting to climb above the Cowboys of my hatred for a team. And so my tolerance for the Cowboys is starting to be a little bit more, but it's not much. It's a very close leash. But I say we're taking a loss. The next week is at home versus the Giants. Within 2 weeks of the last time we played them, we're playing them again. And you know what? We're taking a win this time. We're taking a win against the Giants at home. And that's going to be a nice, strong win. I think we're going to run over them. We're going to pass over them with Gandy Golden, McLaurin, Harmon, whoever's playing tight end at that point. Dwayne Haskins, Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson. I can just keep naming them. Steven Sims, can't forget him. But whenever you beat the Giants, there's something very satisfying about that. So I think we might beat them significantly in our game at home. Now we are halfway through the season, and we are at a record of 5-3. Right, 5-3. Pretty good. Kind of resembling the starting to the 2018 season, which went to crap after Alex Smith went down. If you haven't watched Project 11, make sure you watch Project 11. Watch my video talking about it. Make sure you watch it. It is a can't miss documentary talking about Alex Smith's recovery. Starting off the second half of the season, we go to Detroit and face the Detroit Lions with the third-year head coach Matt Patricia, or was it second-year head coach? I don't know. I think it's third year. We're going to win that one. I know I'm not in the majority here, but we're going to win that one. We're going to be 6-3. It's Detroit. Usually they always somehow find a way to squeak by us in the game, but I don't see that being the case this year. I have really strong faith in Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera and Scott Turner. That's it, right? Yeah. And so I have a strong faith in this team being a lot better. I think we can take the Detroit Lions. Then we go back home for a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. The first and second overall picks going against each other. Joe Burrow versus Chase Young. And with that, we are taking the win. It's the Bengals. If we lose to the Bengals, Joe Burrow's not going to improve that team significantly. They didn't improve anything about themselves significantly other than drafting T. Higgins. I mean, if we lose, just quit the season. Even though we're 6-3, even if we're 5-4 at that point, just 6-4 at that point, just quit the season. Quit the season. If we lose to the Bengals, I mean, at that point where it's like there's no turning back, you just give up at that point. I think so. So we win against the Bengals. We are now 7-3. Am I crazy? Yes. Then we go to Dallas on Thanksgiving. Now, I'm going to take a non-majority shot here. We're going to win this one. We're going to somehow, by some miracle, some blessing, we're going to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I don't know how. I don't know how healthy we'll be. But I have a feeling Dwayne Haskins is going to get his first ever win against the Cowboys in Dallas on Thanksgiving, our only national televised game of the season. I might not be a majority. I know I'm not majority. But I am taking it. We're going to win that game. Now the next game, we go to Pittsburgh, and we're going to lose. Their defense is so strong. Their offense is so possibly strong with James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington, maybe Ben Roethlisberger, maybe Mason Rudolph, maybe Duck Hodges, maybe Cam Newton. You never know. We're going to lose that one. We're going to lose. And it's not going to be a bad loss. It's going to be a close loss, but I don't see us winning that one. So that leaves us at 8-4. Got 4 games left. How will we finish off the season? We play San Francisco 49ers. That's a loss. That's a loss. We're going to lose that one. I mean, Trent Williams versus the Redskins in San Francisco. There's no win in that one. I'm sorry. It's going to be disgusting. George Kittle's going to do the thing tight ends usually do to us and absolutely murder us. It is what it is. Then we go back home on December 20th for the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to lose that one too. We're going to lose. Russell Wilson, that team is just clicking. It looks like they're only set up to be better this year. Quinn Dunbar's coming back to Washington. Greg Olson's going to be facing off against his former coach. It's going to be a disgusting game. That's going to be a bad 3-game stretch right there. So I don't see us winning that one. So that leaves us at 8-5. And then we play the Carolina Panthers at home. Ron Rivera's facing off against his old Carolina Panthers. And you know what? He wins. He wins. A pretty win. I don't see Matt Rule distinctly improving the Panthers. And Ron Rivera is making a lot of good moves for the Redskins. So we're taking a win. We're at 9-5. Or not, is it 9-6 at this point? Maybe 9-6 at this point. 9-6. I'm sorry. I'm not writing it down. I'm just going in my head, which is scary. So I think we're going to win that one. And then the last game of the season, our grand finale, is at Philly. And we're going to lose. We're going to lose that one. We beat them at home at the beginning of the season. We're going to lose them at the end of the season. It's just how it is. We're going to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the season. Just accept it. It always happens at least once. Most of the time. Sometimes we beat them twice. Beautiful season so far. But you know what? I say 9-7. Pretty good start for the Rivera. And we might make the playoffs. Might win a division. Because and this is why I say we have a shot. I said in a previous video, and I'll keep saying it. Our division is horrible. There's no distinct good team in our division. Then we're saying the Eagles, the Cowboys. Well, you know why the Eagles made it in last year? Because nobody else was decent enough. We were 3-7 and had an opportunity to make the playoffs. We were 3-11 or 2-11 and had an opportunity to make the playoffs. How? I don't know. So I don't see any team distinctly improving. I'm not saying we improved drastically, but we definitely improved. So I said we have a chance to win a division. And if not, we got the playoffs because the playoff number of teams has expanded. So that gives us a better opportunity to make it. We're going to make the playoffs this year. The Rivera's starting strong. I hope y'all have a great day. Stay safe. Social distance. Wash your hands. Remember, HGTR, hail to the Redskins. Thank you for watching the episode of Redskins Station. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Make sure to like this button if you enjoyed my commentary on the season. Make sure to start a conversation down below in the comments so we can start talking about the season. And let's get it. Let's go. 2020 season. Alright, I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.